This is Dale C. Washington of Greater Works Prophetic Ministry and Raw. It is Saturday morning, July 4th of 2020, and it is shortly after 12:30 a.m. where I am. I hope everyone is having a blessed night on tonight or a blessed morning. Okay? I would like to share with you all some things that the Lord began revealing to me ever since 2015. The title that the Lord put in my spirit for this message is Charleston 9 Heinous Crime. Alright, so I'm going to jump right in. One of the scriptures that I'm going to cover is coming from Matthew chapter 24 verses 15 through 21. And that reads, "When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation." Let me repeat that. When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, let the reader understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. Verse 21, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world, to this time, no, nor ever shall be." And I say to you all, this is the abomination of desolation. Standing in what is supposed to be a holy place. And this is a tiny premiere of what is soon to come. Oh yes, it is. This is a tiny premiere of what is soon to come. My next scripture is coming from 1 Peter chapter 4. I'm going to read verses 12 and verse 17. Okay? And verse 12 says, "Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you." And I recently did a message called A Strange Change is Coming. Okay, so you guys can reference that on this channel if you have not seen it. Verse 17, "For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God?" And I say to you all, this is judgment beginning at the house of God. This is judgment beginning at the house of God. Not many years ago, the Lord asked me this question. He said, if judgment must begin at the house of God, whom at the house must judgment first begin? Shortly after the Lord asked me that question, He answered it, because I was really caught off guard and I was kind of puzzled. So He says, if judgment must begin at the house of God, whom at the house must judgment first begin? And He answered the question by saying, the leaders. The leaders. Okay? Do y'all know that judgment already began at the house of God and is going to continue? Do y'all know that judgment began with the leaders? Many messages I've done over the last several years pertaining to warnings that God had given me to share with His people. And some of them were written messages, and a few of them are on my YouTube channel as videos. And I would say, judgment has already begun at the house of God. And every time I said that, this is what was in my mind and my spirit. This is what the Lord revealed to me concerning when I would say judgment has already begun at the house of God. But I was not able to explain that at the time. I wasn't able to expound upon that at the time. There have been many things that I have held back from speaking because y'all not ready. Now also in 2015, I was not on YouTube. God had not called me to the YouTube platform at that time. God didn't call me to this platform until 2016. Okay? But yeah, as I said, there are many things that I have withheld from speaking, not only concerning this, but several other things, because y'all are not ready. And there are some things that I have not spoken of yet because I'm not ready. And there are some things that I'm going to have to speak on because God has given me a charge to do that. Okay? So I would also like to say that this race war that they're pushing, it didn't start with what happened to George Floyd. And I'm sure that many of you know that. This didn't start with George Floyd. This has been in the works for a very, very long time now. Okay? Dylan Roof said that he wanted to start a race war. Okay? Little old Dylan Roof by himself, if you can believe that. He wanted to start a race war. And it was reported that he stated that he had to do it. That's what they said. That he had to do it. That those were his words that were reported. Do y'all know that people are being recruited and programmed to commit heinous acts of violence? Who's doing the programming? Do y'all know? Who's doing the programming? So I have some scriptures that you guys can reference in your timing. Some additional scriptures. Daniel chapter 11, you can read that. I'm going to read verse 31 and 32. That reads, "And armed forces shall stand on his part, and they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength, and shall take away the daily sacrifice, and they shall place the abomination that makes desolate. And such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he corrupt and pervert with flatteries. But the people that do know their God shall be strong and do exploits." Also, Daniel chapter 12, I'm going to read verse 11 and 12. And that says, "And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days. Blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,330 days." I'm also going to read very quickly Jeremiah 32 verses 33 through 35. "And they have turned unto me the back and not the face. Though I taught them, rising up early and teaching them, yet they have not hearkened to receive instruction." Now that's the Lord speaking, okay? "But they set their abominations in the house, which is called by my name, to defile it. And they built the high places of Baal, which are in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to cause their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire unto Molech, which I command them not, neither came it into my mind that they should do this abomination, to cause Judah to sin." Okay? Now I do understand that that particular scripture and some of the scriptures that I read are referencing things in the history of the Bible, some things that have occurred, but it is also pointing us forward to the end times that we are now living in, and it is referencing things that are also coming upon the earth, things that we are going to live as well, things that pertain to the man of sin, things that pertain to the son of perdition. These scriptures also pertain to now, okay, and things that are about to happen. And I say again, this is the abomination that makes desolate. Look up, your redemption draws nigh. Look up, pray up,